I just wanted to ask you about this horrendous shooting in the state of Maine. The suspect, Robert Card, who's a US Army reservist, has been found dead after a 2-day manhunt. And you actually knew some people who were affected by this.
Actually, a good family friend of ours goes to Bates College, which is the college in the little town of Lewiston. And my sister had told me, so-and-so has been locked in, I believe it was a classroom, for about 12 hours in the dark, because they have these shooting sort of
protocols,
protocols that come into place at all schools these days. And then I believe they were sent to their dorms to stay in there, because unlike many mass shootings where the suspect or the perpetrator is shot on the scene or caught shortly after, I mean, like, as you just said, Peter, I mean, this guy was on the loose for a couple days, and yes, he has been found dead. They believe it's self-inflicted gunshot wounds. So
really terrifying for the people who have been involved. I'm afraid I will not shed any tears for the fact that he is now dead, and apparently it took his own life. But 18 people have been killed this way. Just horrendous. I mean, I think the thing I don't get, I love America. I'm really pro-America. I love America. I'm a Fulbright scholar. I'm someone who spent time there. I love going on holiday there. I've visited, I think, 14 states, and I want to visit them all, even Utah. The thing I think I could be wrong, but the thing I think British people just do not get about America is the gun thing. I mean, you're a Republican. You presumably believe people have a right to bear arms. Just tell us your perspective on sort of gun control and ideas about it, because, I mean, we had one horrendous mass shooting in the UK in Dunblane. Many children were murdered in the mid-90s, and immediately there was huge gun reform. But these mass shootings just keep continuing.
Sure. So you're right. The Second Amendment is something that neither party will touch. The Democrats will occasionally come out and say, oh, we need stronger laws, we need this, that, and the other. But actually, that would not have helped in this case. Most of the people who own guns do not use them, do not shoot them, use them for protection. Is an interesting statistic, actually. In the last, say, in 1973, there was a 40-point discrepancy between men and women who owned guns, right? That's narrowed to 23 points different, with more and more women buying guns.
Interesting,
so
okay.
Most of the people in America who have guns have them either for self-defense, have them for hunting.
Did you have a gun when you lived in America?
My family did, for sure, yes.
Okay.
And I was in California, where there's some of the strongest gun laws in the world. Again, people who are doing these mass shootings are usually not following the laws, right? And the other thing about these mass shootings, which a lot of people don't like to talk about, if you look at the ones from Columbine or Sandy Hook or indeed this one, I mean, there is it's usually men, right? They're usually white, and there are a lot of mental health issues that are associated with it, for sure. So that's a discussion that you know, depending on which side of things you're on, you either want to have, you don't want to have, because there's no way you want to say, oh, people with mental health issues are going to shoot people. Yet the people who are doing these mass shootings, and by the way, while there's not a firm definition of what a mass shooting is, it's actually 4 people or more. I will point out, sadly, this weekend in Chicago, 50 people were shot. And a lot of that is gang-related, a lot of that...
but those aren't mass shootings, those are individual, often individual shootings,
but still 50 people shot.
And
they have some of the strictest gun laws in the country. And so the laws don't necessarily...
Protect people.
People.
Interesting. A very, very interesting perspective there. Thank you for that. If you have any views on gun laws, on this mass shooting, or whether you think people have the right to bear arms, let us know. 0344 499 1000. We'd love to hear from you. Maybe you agree with us, maybe you disagree with what Jennifer's saying, let us know.